G'day, how you doing? This is a bop bop a diddly bop bop a diddly bop bop a diddly dee. Yeah, you'll be supporting paediatric cancer research. Now, where am I? Alright, so I am Cam. My name's Simon. They also call me the bullfed superhero Captain Australia because I was bit by a radioactive koala, but it didn't give me any bloody superpowers at all. I'm from Brisbane. I've been all over. So as a child, so my mother, she was a heroin addict, and we moved very much from place to place to place. So I was born in New South Wales, grew up all over, and the home for the last 20 years or so has been Brisbane. I actually got really sick in 2016. So I was diagnosed with a stage 4 head and neck cancer, and I was given 6 months to live. And it broke me, and I couldn't come back. I was just withering. So in your life, you can have purpose, you can be vibrant, you can know who you are, you can know who your people are, where you're going and what you want. Or you can just be drifting, and I was just drifting. And I have 3 sons. My youngest son was 3 when I was diagnosed. And I knew that I was broken, and I decided that if I repeated a walk, because I left home when I was 15 and I walked from Brisbane most of the way to Sydney to live with my grandmother, and I decided if I did that again, if I did a big walk, I could heal. And that inspiration was enough. It gave me a little bit of hope, and I was able to breathe life into that hope. And then I set out. It was in the middle of COVID time, and I dressed up as a superhero, pack on my back, and I walked from Brisbane down the east coast all the way to Melbourne. Took 84 days, raised $165,000 for a charity called the Kids Cancer Project. So I share what I'm doing. I've got Facebook, and I'm like, "G'day, this is Captain Australia, and stay 84." And so much good came from that COVID time walk, which we called Captain Australia's Big Walk, that I just felt I could do more, and I had to do more.
Giving hope to kids living in fear, for the young and innocent, Captain will defend.
The first big walk was about 2000. The big lap, so far I've come about 8,000 kilometres in total. Yeah. So I do on average about 35 a day. The most I've ever walked in a continuous period was, I did sort of test myself. I walked 105 kilometres over 22 hours, and that was just to see how far I could go before I conk out. And I conked out, yeah. And the blisters on my feet were magnificent. I've met a lot of uncles and aunties on the road, and there's this one, I love him so much, Uncle Phil from around Ulladulla. He's a dear friend of mine, and he said when I'm walking, sometimes it's like I zone into country or the dream or something, you know. And he said, "Simon, you go away, and even though you're in pain, it doesn't matter. You're more of a spiritual thing than a physical thing when you get in that moment." And it doesn't happen much. It's like once every 100 days or so. But there are times where I'm just walking along and it's like I'm floating.
A diddle bop bop, a diddle bop bop, a diddly dee. A bop bop, a diddle bop bop, a diddle bop bop.
We can give to each other, and that for me, in terms of any healing that I've accessed, it's been amplified by the fact that I've been able to give it to other people. Yeah, because I think that's what we're for. We're supposed to lift each other up. Yeah, so being out in the bush alone, that's part of the answer. Having to learn acceptance of my place in things, the things that have happened to me, and making peace with it, that's part of it.
I appreciate it, fellas, yeah. I've walked here from Brisbane. I'm walking all around Australia. It's for Kids Cancer Charity. I appreciate you pulling over to say good day.
We saw you coming into town just over the bridge, me and my grandson.
Oh, okay,
I told him what you were doing. I was dropping him off to school in Ngaarda.
Right, oh, good on you. Oh, he goes to school at Ngaarda, does he?
Oh, that other one, yeah, he comes stay with me for the weekend.
Yeah.
The rest of them go to school here.
Yeah, a nice one, fellas. Oh, I appreciate you coming out. Appreciate you
receiving kindness from people on the road. So when someone pulls up and says, "Hey, old fella, you look like you need a water," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much." And you're humble. All my life, if somebody wanted to show me kindness, I would feel unworthy of it. But for the absolute biggest part, it's being able to share with other people. So it's that inspiration. It's being able to, like there have been too many stories where people have come to me and they've said that they've gained hope from just the fact that I've been building my own. So they were able to borrow it and they were able to apply it in their own lives. And then when I know that, and I know that I'm trying to walk a righteous path, that amplifies every aspect of my healing. I think kindness is the cure to human sorrow. Like, there's so many things in our world today that are wobbly, that are strange, that make you anxious or angry or whatnot, because it's like individually we're beautiful, but as a society we become a bit crumbly. And I think kindness is the antidote to that, and if we exercise it all the time, we fight that stuff.
As he whispers hope, he draws us near. Join the journey, let's lift the weight. Help out the captain, he's a good mate. With a bop-bop-a-diddly-bop, bop-bop-a-diddly-dee. For every child we rise and sing. Hey.
Like any trouble in your life, you just have to preserve your hope, and it's such a hard thing. Easy to say, hard to do, you know. Until we're in the ground, we're still viable. I gave up my hope, and because of it, every day got darker. Every day got more filled with despair and that sense of emptiness and worthlessness, and that I was being a bad dad and a bad teacher and a bad citizen. And a little bit of hope is the opposite of that. It's magic. It allows us to say, you know what, it's all going to be okay. We can stand up, we can do the work, and we can get better.
We'll stop to help the sheep. With laughter and joy, he lights up the way, spreading love and strength every single day. Oh, let's go, captains on a noble quest, spreads love, kindness, and hope